All right, welcome back, everybody. This is FlamboJambo, joined by Paninii and Typhoon on his first ever cast. Welcome, welcome. We have the matchup between the Perth Peashooters and the Noopy scheduled this evening. So I'm very excited. Typhoon, what do you want to see today? How are you feeling about these two teams as we head into Coliseum as our first map?
Um, yeah, I wanna see what they pick first before I commentate it, to be honest, because I currently have no idea what Ox team's gonna run, but the Noopies kind of did like really bad because they didn't have their actual player, and gotta see what they how they play this time.
Yeah, so obviously Coliseum maybe favoring the Noopy comps a lot more. You know, Fish really likes that Reinhardt, right? So I'm interested to see if they're really able to play that brawl on this Coliseum brawl-centric map, right? And how the Peashooters are going to either match that or work around it. So I think this is going to be a really telling first map to see how we can expect the rest of the series to go.
Oh, Ox is going with the Zarya comp with the Lucio Kiriko. I honestly expected Kiriko before, I mean the Junkerkin before they actually come out. They're running Zarya.
So yeah, we will see, maybe again, expecting for that more aggressive brawl, hoping to get fast energy, as we do see a big deflect on that fire strike, so not much value there for Fish already. Getting burned out by these swords, but Translect and Ox falling very low, have to back up, be careful, as this early brawl getting so much value as they're just pushing forward into the back line, as Aurora will get that first pick on a Translect with that rail shot, and the Noopy are just walking forward into this Perth Peashooter line.
Yeah, just the matchup-wise, Zarya comp is usually not really good against Reinhardt, and they're just pressing W with the shield advantage, and Zarya just can't do much against Reinhardt.
Yeah, we see Ox and Vikov's both very low here. Vikov's will be getting healed up, but Ox forced to play on the sideline as Fish is just able to get all of this space walking forward. Already 60% of that shatter, and Bunny almost has the window already as well. So the bot's still moving, not much contested, as the lamp is used by Bunny here. So now Fish forced to play back a little bit. The barrier does break, so now Ox walking forward, has high energy. Looking for some picks here as the swings takes are now met. The window is used by Bunny. They're trying to find Ox.
Oh,
Ox will fall to Optic guys. They commit the shatter by Fish as well, just to ensure that fight goes on. But Vikov's in this backline. He's looking for more. He's trying to find Bunny potentially here, but is marked by Hayden. So forced to fall back here as the this bridge is now completely taken over by the side of the Noopy.
I really think Ox team has to swap something right now, because it doesn't look good even in a neutral fight, and a lot of ult is coming up. They are close to grab and blade. Let's see what they do with those. Probably initiate with the Kiriko ult, from what I expected.
Yeah, wall is used as well as deflect here from the two different teams. The gate is committed by Cello Guy. They want to take this fight now. Hopefully before that bot gets that all-important checkmark. Poi very deep, looking for Lore. Lore needs to be careful, will fall. So that's that first pick. The beat is used by Hayden, but it's a little bit late. So it's still winnable, but grab is used by Ox as well as the Blizzard by Optical Crash. So they're trying to zone out Ox here, but Ox still alive. The charge comes through, won't find anything yet as Translate finds Fish and Skyster finds Bonnie. So it looks like this might be the first official fight win for the side of the Perth Peashooters, as now they're taking the bot for themselves.
Okay, so they didn't commit a lot of ult as I expected. It was very efficient. They have like 3 ult coming up, so probably they're gonna go with Bip. The red team doesn't have any things to counter other than ramps, so let's see what's gonna happen. They gotta initiate.
Yeah, we do have both overclocks available for both teams here, so we'll see if whether Lore or Transflect 2 is going to get more value, as the window does come down by Bunny, hoping to kind of win this fight in the median. The Dragon Blade comes out by Vikov's, but the lamp is there, and Lore just shuts it down completely. Lore as well finding Ox, so now this fight's looking very good as Transflect pops the overclock as well, but quickly died from a pin from Fish. So that's kind of disastrous for this side of the Perth Peashooters, as now all that momentum is now grinding to a halt.
Yeah, they only got beats left, and it doesn't look too good. Fish is close to all shredder, and they're probably gonna build Mail next fight. So, and they even have overclock to use this fight.
Yeah, overclock is used as well as beaten response by Skyster, trying to keep his team healthy. Fish now swinging on Ox. Ox is looking for Bunny, but Bunny will jump over, getting headshot though by Cello Guy. So Bunny now out of this fight. Fish punished as well. Skyster getting the pick on him. The wall is used by Optical Crash try to stay alive as long as they can, but they will eventually get staggered out here. And importantly, Butt Scratch does not go through. So Perth Peashooters still now returning with this bot and no fast spawns yet.
Yeah, but like the red team side's all condition looks really good to me right now. Like they are with the Shredder and the Ice nailed, so
yeah, and they're walking very aggressive here as Fish is walking forward. You know he's looking for that shatter. Ox has the bubbles, should be able to block him as the gate comes through. He slams it down, finds Cello Guy, that's it. As they will find the Kiriko on the back of it, as well as Skycer. So both supports are now out of this fight. Laura in a lot of trouble in the back line though, getting pressured by Vickoffs as Ox still on this bot, has the grab if he decides to use it, but Fish swinging on him. They don't have that support line available. So now once again, the Noopy just taking this bot in a pretty open fight, not using really anything except the shatter there.
Yeah, they gonna probably use beat to their grab next fight, and they will probably gonna build like a Sword ult mid fight. So let's see what happens with that.
Yeah, they will also get fast spawns here. So Ox has that grab. He's probably looking for it, right? But they have the Blizzard, they have the beat. They also have window if they try to play aggressive here. Vickoff's going in very deep as the Blizzard and the grabs both coming out here. The beat as well. So again, a lot of ults used there by both teams, but Noopy still in full control of this bot. Now this high ground as they will commit this window. Deflect is used by Vickoffs to try to lower this up, but the rail shot is ready. Translite popping the ult, finds Obstacle Crash. Vickoffs with a nice pick there. The Slorb comes through as well, finding Translite. Ox will find Fish on the back foot, and now Hayden in a little bit of trouble, getting burned down by Ox, as the Lucios on both teams kind of looking for fixes. Hayden will eventually fall. Bunny in a little bit of trouble, had to use her lamp as Vickoffs will find Lore, and Vickoffs find Bunny taking 3 under his belt for this fight.
Solo Guy was pushing hard like as soon as they started to win fight, and they got staggered really bad. Like, oh, Ryan's gonna die in this fight because he's the only one who got the good spawn because of the stagger.
Yeah,
really
like
bad.
as you said, Fish in a lot of trouble, probably staggering out here. Yeah, Vickoffs will get it, as well as the swap onto Soldier by Transflect off of the Sojourn character, as this bot will continue pushing forward now for the Perth Peashooters, as Fish swapping over to Monkey, but a big pick onto Optical Crash by Vickoffs, doing so much as Genji right now, kind of known for that character. But do you like this swap to the Winston by Fish, as Lore will also fall to Genji?
Oh yeah, I think it's a good swap, but like their backline is not swapped yet. They're probably gonna get checkpoint from what I expect. They are not stabilized enough to touch the point.
Yeah, so yeah, that is Butt Scratch confirmed now. Any fights now in favor of the Perth Peashooters in effect, as now Fish, a very aggressive dive, gets punished instantly. Vickoffs popping the blade. The lamp was already used. Lore will find Ox, but Vickoffs finds Lore as well. Now Hayden in a little bit of trouble, as well as Optical Crash. Optical Crash on that Tracer trying to contest point, but in a lot of trouble. Bunny also getting very low on bot, will fall to Skycer. As now Fish back in with that Winston jump, trying to find Cello Guy, has to use a Suzu to stay alive, but will eventually fall. No, he teleports away, stays alive. Skycer gets booped, still alive temporarily, but Cello Guy will fall. Optical Crash falls as well as Fish through a nice dash by Vickoffs now, still fighting on this point. The Peashooters trying to make this happen as Skycer commits the beat. They'll find Hayden. Now Ox is back as well. This tank is still alive as Lore is there trying to fight, as the lead will swap over to the Perth Peashooters here, as they do end up winning that fight thanks to those prio spawns, and the bot's gonna keep pushing, but Vickoffs getting picked by Optical Crash. That's a really late death. So now it's Perth Peashooters possibly trying to die here on cart with Optical Crash there, trying to stall as long as they can. Translite will find Optical Crash. Fish jumping in, has the primal if he needs it. But the big grab finds Hayden, forces out the beat. The gate as well to try to follow up, but Translite falls to Fish. That's such a big pick already for the side of the Noopy, as they're now trying to find Cello Guy. Cello Guy has that teleportation to get away. The bubbles are all used though by Ox, trying to push forward. They're trying to find that Tracer, but the rest of his backline is now falling on the side of the Perth Peashooters. Skycer falling so low, is getting pushed down by that Monkey. Vickoffs and Ox falling low as well. Vickoffs has that blade so soon, trying to find I think Lore in the background now on that Sombra, as Fish will eventually get Ox and get point control. Vickoffs taking Lore with him, so kind of a late kill on Lore, but this could be a very even fight coming up here.
Yeah, Peashooter, everyone in Peashooter got good spawn, and their all condition looks good. But like the Noopies has like 4 ult coming up right now, so they're probably gonna.
Pulse Bomb does miss by Optical Crash, but does force out the Suzu by Cello Guy. Still a little nervous about that as the gate comes through by Bunny, falling very low. Fish popping the Primal and backline, trying to find Cello Guy, but Cello Guy just teleporting away. Ox swapping over to the Junker Queen and Transflag popping that visor, trying to find Fish, but Fish will get Suzu and still in that Primal form and will just kill Transflag. Hayden falling very low on point, needs to be careful as the Blade will come through, find that pick. Bunny falling soon after. Fish now in a lot of trouble, trying to punish here, but the EMP comes through by Lord, but Vigox just kills him. Fish will fall as well to Ox. Optical Crash so low, the last one alive will also fall. So Perth Peashooters main in control of this bot, able to keep pushing forward, but that's to the expense of pretty much all ult economies that these teams have built up. As we see the swap back to Brawl by the side of the Noopy.
Yeah, Noopies are panicking a lot from what I see, but like honestly, I think they used the EMP because they wanted to swap.
Okay.
I think that kind of makes sense.
We see the Junker Queen come out, only hits Hayden and Fish, will stay healthy. Beat is used by Skycer, so Perth Peashooters really want to win this fight as Lord now in that backline. A big pin onto Skycer. The beat as well by Hayden, so Ox will quickly fall. Optical Crash doing so much damage with those Reaper shotguns. Now Fish in the backline on top of Skycer. Skycer needs to be careful. They don't have that beat anymore. As well as the pin now onto Transflag. Transflag blown up by the bot. And the Perth Peashooters forced to run away with their tail between their legs.
Yeah, they're just swapping comp and it kind of make them to ult reset, but somehow they are very close to a lot of ults right now. But both team doesn't really have it yet, so like let's see who builds it first and who initiates first.
Yeah, we should see Gate first here from Cello Guy. That could be very big, but Ox in a lot of trouble immediately. Has to use that shout already as Vikov's falling very low. The window's used by Bunny. The Peashooters are respecting it a little bit. Vikov's close to that blade as well. The gate is used by Cello Guy. They're trying to win this fight. Ox though, so low, is walled off, needs to be careful. The lamp is used. Suzu is used as well. Bunny and Hayden so low. Bunny's first to fall. Optical Crash falling low. So close to that Blossom as the Shatter is laid down. It finds only one. It finds Poi. The Death Blossom comes through, but there's Suzu as well as the blade comes through. They find Skycer. It's just Fish and Optical Crash on this point, but the blade finds Fish and Cello Guy will find Optical Crash. The first map will go to the Perth Peashooters in this already explosive series.
Whoa, that looked very close to me. Noopy were swapping comp a lot, and I think that kind of made caused them to like not have like ult as much as like the Peashooters side. So I think that was one of the reason they get slightly behind them, from what I see.
Well, we will be heading to our hybrid map. It will be a Noopy pick. But we're going to send off quick to a very fast map break. Don't go anywhere. I'm sure this is going to be a really good series after already such an explosive first map. All right, welcome back everybody to our map 2 between the Perth Peashooters and the Noopy. We will be heading to King's Row, a map that again probably favors the Noopy pretty hard here. Of course, liking that brawl strategy. What do you think here, Typhoon? Do you want to see any changes from either team here as they kind of approach this this all-important hybrid map?
I honestly not sure what Noopy the Peashooter is gonna run, but like I kind of wanna see dive comp because like I'm a huge believer of like a dive comp on Kings Row, but it looks like they're not.
Yeah, so
like
we will see. They're sticking that Zarya comp. I mean, if it worked last map, right? Except you know, Transflect on Pharah. So you're kind of a Pharah expert, Typhoon. I'm sure many people know that. Do you like Pharah Mercy here on defense?
I personally like to use them on the attack. It's usually very good. Oh well, they're not.
Well, they swap.
They swapped. Yeah, I think defense is just not as good as like attack first point in my opinion.
Okay.
But it isn't bad. It isn't bad.
Is it kind of the strategy for doing it on attack because most teams are expecting more of that brawl look, so they oftentimes won't have that matching hit scan?
It's also like a very easy to clear the high ground with the Pharah Mercy.
Okay. Well, we do see, by the way, Grizzly coming in for Hayden on that main support role, so a Moira Lucio rush comp as Laura with a big early pick on the Transflect. That's a lot of the damage already gone for the side of the Peashooters as Fish is now pummeling in as Ramatra trying to find Skycer. Skycer does have the speed advantage to just walk away, but Ox falling very low and very early point control so far for the side of the Noopy here as a big Mei wall will separate Ox. Ox needs to be careful as Laura also getting rather low by Vikos, but Bunny there is checking with that Moira damage, so we'll see if another fight starts, but it looks like a Maywall will probably separate most as Vikos will get that touch. Ox walking in, Vikos will fall, but Transflect finds Lore. Ox also finds, or Grizzly and Lore both falling here, so this could be either way. Ox having a lot of energy, they're trying to find Fish, but Fish still in that Nemesis form, has so much health, but Ox finds Bunny. Now both supports are now dead for this side of the Noopy, as Ox will fall to Optical Crash, but Transflect's still there, so is Skycer and Cello Guy. So, but you know, as I say that, Transflect will fall to Laura, and the point will swap. Not quite there in time by Vikos to get that touch, as Fish will find Skycer, and now Cello Guy and Vikos trying to die as fast as they can, really. Maybe getting some finishing picks as Vikos finds Laura and will dash out. Maybe he stays alive here too.
Yeah, the Peashooter started with the the Noopy started with the Hanzo pick was actually big, and the Ramatra comp has like a huge advantage over Zarya comp in general, but Ox did like a very good job with the stabilizing with especially when they got Wood and we got P. Let's see. Well, let me keep talk about the first fight, how first fight went. So Ock did really well with the stabilizing. He get hard charge and he got a lot of the bubble, and he engaged with the big soft touch and he bubbled him and re-engaged, and it looked really good. But like somehow they fall off after the Ox died. But they did really good job in my opinion, even though they lost.
Yeah. As we now head back in on pausing. So again, we do see ult advantage very heavily in favor of the side of the Noopy, but it does look like the Perth Peters should be able to recontest here at this library as the big coalescence is popped. Transflect falling very low, does have to conk mine away as the Blizzard is committed as well. So Bunny and Fish all finding 3. Ox will find Laura on the back foot though. That Zarya still has a lot of energy as well as Vikos on that payload. So this payload isn't getting progress through this point. Ox now in trouble, finds Fish, as well as Optical Crash still looking at him, but he has that bubble, he has high energy, will eventually fall to Grizzly, but again, this cart is not moving. Vikov's still holding it there, trying to find Bunny, but will fall to Grizzly as well, so you use a lot of your ults to get through this choke point. What do you think here?
Yeah, Ox did a really good job with using double bubble against the main wall to stabilize there, but their backline just get walked on. I think they need to set up with a little bit more distance to get poked down with the Junkrat.
Yeah, and we do see the Ramatra ult goes out. Yeah. We'll find Transflex. So now an even fight since they did find Bunny at the start of the fight. Fish falling very low, pushing very far forward, but has that right click to stay alive as a beat, and the gate comes through. The dragons come through as well though. The point still hasn't gotten through for the side of the Noopy as Vickoffs is there, pops the blade, trying to find Grizzly. They'll find him. The tire's coming through. Vickoffs also finding Lore with a nice deflect, but Optic Crash will break the Transflect tire. So it looks like this point will get capped for the Noopy as Transflect. That early pick onto him, kind of disastrous for the side of the Peashooters there.
Yeah, usually Zarya comp will struggle when enemy teams are playing like this fast tempo, and Noopies are doing really good with that. They are just like non-stop pressing W and keep pressuring them down.
Yeah, really, really well done, as we will see Transflex hopping over onto that Sojourn. And Cello Guy swapping over onto Ana, maybe trying to hit some big antis here as Optic Crash trying to take his high ground away from Vickoffs. We see this card still pushing forward. No real pressure yet onto the side of the Noopy as they're able to just kind of keep walking. All these stagger picks are so disastrous for the pure Peashooters. Vickoffs now in the backline looking for one. Cello Guy will find Fish, so that's a really big pick. The Coalescence comes through by Bunny, as well as the Blizzard by Optical Crash. They're trying to win this fight, but Vickoffs finds Lore. Transflect will fall in the meantime. A big anti-nade onto Bunny. Bunny forced to Wraith away, use that heal orb. And now Ox as well in trouble. Optical Crash finds that pick. Vickoffs finds Bunny, and Cello Guy finds Optical Crash. So Perth Peashooters flipping this.
Oh yeah, but like I'm a little bit sad that Ox died with the high energy over there.
Yeah. Losing that tank for both teams there, very disastrous for them. Again, that high energy now gone as a symmetric teleport. So big, Vickoffs in a lot of trouble. Has to use that deflect immediately. Both bubbles as well by Ox to keep him alive. So now Fish able to just kind of walk forward still with this pressure. Vickoffs 1 HP. The grab comes through. It's massive. Vickoffs finds Bunny and Grizzly. Now it's just Optical Crash up there in that cryo form. Lore finds Ox though. So now Ox out of this fight, but they do find Fish on the back of it. So now it's just Optical Crash and Lore on this point. But Optical Crash will fall to a nice bio nade by Cello Guy, also keeping Vickoffs alive. That card is now very far on this KR third.
Yeah, Ox kind of got forced to use like a 2 bubble because of their high ground TP, and to make up for the low energy and no bubble situation, he kind of had to use his ult only, and he did really good job, and Big Soft follow-up was big, and now they got a Nano Blade with that Bit, so they're probably gonna win next fight, but yeah, Bit is not close, so they gotta initiate fast though, because ults are coming up.
Wall and Suzu is already forced out the bubble, and Nano onto Vickoffs. This is probably where we see the blade. The Annihilation is on Fish, but he gets slept. So Annihilation probably won't find anything here as Vickoffs finds 3 with that Nano blade. Fish actually does get Cello Guy. Skyster comes into the beat. You know, maybe just want to ensure that they live, they win that fight. Is Transflect also using that overclock, but you know, I think you like that if you're the side of the Noopy, forcing out pretty much every single ult from the Perth Peashooters in that fight.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of wanted the Peashooters to not commit a lot of ult because they know Nano Blade is coming up, but...
Oh, his Vickoffs falls a Grizzly. That's a huge pick. Beat is now invested as well. They're now just walking at Ox and Transflect here. Skyster has that speed form to hopefully keep his team alive, as now the Ramatra is sitting at the door. Grizzly guarding that right side, trying to make sure Cello Guy isn't going to be able to get value, but a big bio nade onto Bunny forces out that Suzu, but Fish is just able to sit in this left-hand door as well as the turrets. Ox has a lot of energy, but Fish finds Transflect, and the card will just go in. No one's able to touch.
It was perfect kite from the Ox, but they just didn't have a person to touch the point.
As we head into pause. Looks like Vickoffs will need to restart their PC. So what changes do you think the Peashooters need to make to really take advantage here? Admittedly, they got a big chunk of that time bank gone from the Noopy, right? Ending with a minute 40. But that's still a pretty decent time bank, especially for KR. Do you think they should maybe try to swap off this Zarya kind of hyper carry composition, try to play match a brawl maybe, or maybe a poke strategy, trying to find these supports? What would you do here if you're in the shoes of the Peashooters?
I personally think dive would work really effectively, but I don't think they're gonna run dive, and I think they'll probably stick to Zarya comp because like in attack it's pretty easier to play Zarya comp because they have like more room to stabilize with the Zarya. As long as like Ox stay alive with the high energy and he gets off with the 2 bubble, there's a chance that the Zarya comp might work against that, but it's in general Lamatra Zarya is in favor of Ramatra, so Yeah,
Yeah.
but if they give up playing Zarya, then like their hyper carry player will be not have enough carry potential. So I think like it's not gonna be a good idea to just match their comp with the Lamatra, in my opinion.
I think you make an excellent suggestion with the dive as well, right? Vikov's obviously liking that Genji, right? Fits right in with it, that dive style. Ox no no slacker on that Diva, and I'm sure their Winston as well, just very proficient. So they will still try to play the Zarya, trying to, I guess, enable Vikovs as much as they can without fully committing to that dive. Um, who do
Yeah,
you
but
think they
like
need to try to find here? What's the target?
they just need to for at the start they just need to play slow and keep. So as fight just progress along, the Reinhardt will gonna use resource, and Bob is also kind of bad after like using his cooldowns downs. He kind of do have a long cooldown, and
Okay.
Ryan kind of needs a lot of time to get his shield back and things like that. On attack, it will be pretty. It won't be too bad to play Zarya into that comp because they just need to use two bubbles, stabilize, get high energy, and walk in with the two bubbles.
All right, so we are now heading in here, so we'll see if that's if the Peashooters are maybe thinking the same idea as early charge onto Ox there, eating up some of those fire strikes. Vikov's already forcing to dash away, takes that high ground control away. The Maywall is used, but now the Noopy are just kind of walking onto the rest of his backline. Ox in so much trouble, will live with high energy, so really well done by Cello Guy and Skyster keeping him alive. As Slorb is now coming in as well. Vikov's dashing in. They're trying to find more. The bubbles is used on top of him, but the lamp. And a big anti-nade! Fish and Optical Crash should fall here. Fish will fall first. Translux with a big rail shot. Following up on that massive anti by Cello Guy. Now Optical Crash alone on point will fall to Vikov's. As Lore will find Translux on the back end, but Vikov's still pouncing. Looking for more in this backline. They'll find Lore. They're looking for Grizzly and Bunny. But it looks like they might be able to get away now. Ox playing very aggressive with his high energy. So really explosive play off the back of Cello Guy's anti.
Yeah, Ox will just save bubble for the May wall, and he will stay alive, and then he will get high energy. And after stabilization, they will walk in. So I'm not sure with the May pick to be honest, but if they keep staying May, I think this would be a pretty fast game.
Nice shot by Lord, sending Vikov's back to spawn. So kind of slowing down that snowball. Transflex and Cello Guy both falling very low. Needing to play a little bit slow there. The Noopy wanted to try to get another recontest there, but will instead just be holding Arch here as point does go over in favor of Peashooters. But a lot of ults online for both teams here. The window is used by Bunny. They try to get that window 5 strike, not quite finding anything. Grizzly, meanwhile, is trying to get this poke on Skyster and Vikovs. Needs to be careful. Maybe it'll work something a little bit as Laura falls low. Ox now on point. They bait out the wall. Ox still at that high energy, but Fish is very close to the Shatter. They need to be careful. The Nano Blade is coming out as Vikovs in that backline. The beaten response by Grizzly, and as well as the Blizzard. The Shatter comes down. Won't find anything as Vikovs is frozen up. Ox will fall though. So now it's just Skyster and Translect on this point. So all in all, just a pick onto, I think, the Lucio for the Peashooters through that Nano Blade.
Yeah, they're down of like 2 ult and 1 person swapped, so they are down a lot of ult. Oh no, they used 3 ult. Sorry.
Yeah. They did use Blizzard, they did use Beat, they did use Shatter, right? So just a high noon right now for the Noopy, but Ox dying there. He doesn't have very much energy. Isn't too much of a threat anymore. Transflect has his overclock, but he's so low, he's not going to be able to walk forward. The Graviton Surge does come through. It is lamped up very quickly. Won't be able to find anything off of this as Lore bobs the Deadeye, finds Vikov's. Fish is asleep. Won't be able to have too much kill pressure, but, you know, a big anti-nade once again onto Fish. As Optical Crash finds Cello Guy, the Transflect is in. He, popping that overclock, the beat by Translect, or sorry, by Skyster as well to keep them all alive. Translect not finding a whole lot of that, but Ox on that side flank finds Bunny. Fish and Lore soon will follow now without those main heals. So maybe a little bit scrappy, but does pay out in favor of the Peashooters.
Yeah, so as what I expected, they're just constantly saving his bubble for the new piece of aggression, and they kite it out, and they re-engage with the high charge.
Oh, really well done here. Wow, that bubble was popped instantly. The window does come through, window fire strike. It will get deflected, but Ox will fall first as Laura with a nice shot. So now Ox out of this fight. The Noopy are pouncing. They're trying to find Vickoffs very low on this high ground. Grizzly chasing him down. We'll find that pick, and now Fish playing so aggressive here as this Reinhardt will hold bookstore. So yeah, really quick and efficient fight for this the Noopy.
Yeah, Ox did really good job of saving double bubble and tried to kite the window, but he just get blown up.
Yeah. Once you get past those first two bubbles, it's hard to, have the third one. Oh no! They won't fish a shatter. Optical crash. Maybe not really getting the memo as Vickoffs and Translike still falling very low as well as Skyster. The Blizzard will come through. They're trying to clean up the rest of this fight. Ox staying alive, but the Lucio is frozen up as well as Cello Guy, so they should both fall here in this fight. Ox finding Optical Crash, that's still a big pick for them. Cello Guy gets Magnet Grenaded, but Fish is right behind him! He doesn't know. The beat from Grizzly to keep the rest of the team healthy. They'll find Ox, but Bunny will fall in the middle of that fight, so... you had to use Shatter, you had to use Blizzard in order to win that fight. No, we'll see.
So now the Peashooters is gonna go with the Nano Blade from what I expect, but they kind of have a way to counter it, which is placing Cassidy far back and trying to hide on that.
Yeah.
Let's see what they do with it.
Yeah, oh, early anti-nade onto Optical Crash, and Fish will slow down that aggression after that wall. There goes the Nano Blade. They're looking for more. Optical Crash goes into that cryostasis, won't die yet as Vickoff's just swinging. They'll find Fish and Optical Crash eventually. Translike finding Laura on the back end, so they completely shut down that counterplay which you suggested. So really good job by the Peashooters as looks like Laura using that High Noon and Spawn to swap over to Reaper.
Yeah, they just perfectly countered the back High Noon thread with the aim with the railgun shot.
It's a counter. Can't do it if you're dead.
Yep.
Fish immediately losing that barrier, in a lot of trouble as Grab will come through. They'll break the lamp quickly. Vickoffs with that overclock. They're trying to find Fish. Fish will fall. Laura gets Ox though. Big anti-nade onto Grizzly. Forces the Optical Crash as well into that cryostasis as the Translink finds Sid. Skyster finds Grizzly as well. It's now Bunny committing that window. They're trying to form more, but Optical Crash alone on this cart will fall. So Perth Peashooters will cap on the second, heading into Kings Row third. With 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, they took like a lot more time than what I expected. And their ult doesn't look really good right now, other than having the beat. And Fish, the Noopies are kind of close to ult. Let's see what happened.
Yeah, we did see a nice early bio-nade, but the wall comes out. Ox in trouble has these both bubbles. Oh my god, the anti-nade! Vickoffs is pouncing. The lamb comes through to keep most of them alive, but Vickoffs still in that backline looking for more. The beat by Skyster to keep everyone alive will negate that shatter by Fish. Another big anti on Fish as well. Fish is in trouble. Needs to be careful as now Vickoffs trying to find it, but the healing by Bunny is so much that Vickoffs getting punished, trying to get that kill by Lore. So, really well done by both teams. Shell Guy trying to make it happen there, but Bunny, incredible skill in keeping her team alive.
Anti-pressures are very big. And both teams have like a lot of ult off. They're initiating with the window fire strike. Whoa.
Yeah, window fire strike completely ends that fight before it even starts. Finds Ox and Translike the pin as well, finding Vickoffs. It's just a cleanup time for the Noopy as they will try to find Cello Guy staggering him out at the end of that fight. So, yeah, you see that synergy.
Noopy is really good at just starting off the fight, which is really good and effective against the Zarya comp.
We will see Nano Blade. The strategy will be here. Keep in mind the Blizzard does come through by Optical Crash. They're trying to find Ox. Ox having to use the bubble. The overclock by Translike, but Translike in so much trouble gets burnt down immediately by Fish. The Nano Blade is coming out, but there's the beat in response. Vickoff's trying to find anything, has a deflect. The Shatter comes through as well, finds 3. They're able to pin in. Looks like this series will end 1-1 between the Perth Peashooters and the Noopy as we will head to Escort as our third map of this series.
Yeah, just Noopy is like non-stop initiating, so they are never stabilized. In the Peashooters were never stabilized enough to go for Nano Blade. And they kind of had like not enough time. They were forced to use Nano Blade, and their beat was there, so it was countered perfectly.
Yeah, really well done by both teams here. Again, great aggression from the side of the Noopy. So we'll see what map that the Peashooters decide to send us to when we come back from this map break. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are heading to our map 3 between the Perth Peashooters and the Noopy. We are heading to Watchpoint Gibraltar. Kind of another favorite map along with King's Row. Do you think this map will really favor the Peashooters as they're hoping for it to here, Typhoon?
Yeah, they probably selected this map because they probably think their dive is gonna be better than Noopy's. From what I see. I kind of, as what I know, Ox is really good at Diva, so I kind of do expect him to come out with Diva because he has more carry potential. Yep, as I expected, they're playing Diva. More carry potential.
Yeah, so we do see that, of course, Vikof's on the signature Genji, Ox on that Diva, which they are very, very well known for, as we will see that on a Brig and Soldier look as well. I'm kind of excited to see Optical Crash on this Widowmaker. Again, very well known hit scan player as well as lore, so
Yeah,
as they do swap.
Yeah, I was really worried about the Widowmaker pick because I mean I was worried in more of the way that it's gonna be really good against that, but they swapped Echo, so let's see. Echo is really
Yeah,
good
so
against Genji and Diva.
early Bionade will catch on to Ox, but not much else able to get from it. As Fish now trying to get those shallow dives done, but Ox with a very aggressive dive on an Optical Crash, so Optical Crash falling very low, but now Ox needs to be careful. The Ana is there to heal them up, but Optical Crash trying to find these sight lines. We'll get a body shot onto Vikov, so now Vikov's trying to put pressure onto this backline. We'll use the deflect, but Optical Crash is there trying to protect their team as Fish falling very low to Ox. Translect finding that finishing blows, now Ox able to jump away, but Optical Crash finds the Ana, so Ox needs to be very careful. They just have break packs for healing, as it's going to be a long respawn timer for Cello guys. Once again, Optical Crash on this bridge as Vikov's trying to take all that attention away and put it on him. Well, you know what? He got the attention.
And they did get a lot of card progress while they're losing a fight, so they actually didn't. They actually benefit a lot from those losing fights. They just need to win one fight because they didn't hold the card pretty well.
Yeah, so Fish with a big dive onto Translike. Translike will run away there. Bionade won't find anything. As a big sleep on a Fish, keeping that backline alive is now Ox forced to play on this cart as it's only 1 meter away. Optical Crash with a big pick on the Translike has the sights. Ox does have the bomb if they need it, but is getting burnt down so much. The rally from Grizzly to help ensure this fight wins. A big anti onto Laura and Fish, making them fall very low. But the pulse bomb comes through, finds Grizzly. Vikos as well, caught in that crossfire. Grizzly doing so well on this break so far. The Ox is demacked. Will opt to not use the bomb as they figure this fight's pretty much over. And a very blistering time bank already for the Noopy.
I think Aux needs to swap to the monkey because Diva is really good at the shooting monkeys down and forcing his resource up, but Diva's pressure on the Ana brick especially is kind of weak, and they don't really have a choice to go on their backline. And their Widow's gonna be free, and their Widow is clearly higher SR player than the Transflect, so.
Yeah, but you see the Nano onto Fish here as he's fighting in this corridor on Spaceship. But Cello Guy and Skyster are both there. Forces out the Primal. Vikov's falling very low in this backline as Ox is trying to do everything right now. He's playing so split. As Fish still in this Primal form, staying nice and healthy. They will find Transflect. And again, this cart's about to cap. They need to be careful. Skyster gets Nano just to stay alive as Cello Guy will find Lore. Vikos as well finding Auto Crashing. Skyster finding Grizzly eventually, but now Fish just fighting on this payload. You know, trying to die payload as fast as they can, but Vikos will find Bunny, and that's a really big stagger onto her and Fish. But again, 2.87 meters already for the Noopy is really good for them.
Peashooter definitely needs to think about holding card better, and Grizzly is doing really good job at peeling the backline. Widow got doped 3 times and he just never died.
Yeah, and you know, if Optical Crash keeps getting those starting picks as well in the Transflect, that's gonna be so tough for the Perth Peashooters, especially if the Widow's not dying. A nice Bionade and sleep on the Fish to help make sure this backline stays alive as the rally is popped by Skyster. Blade as well in backline. We'll find Bunny, but Grizzly will have the counter rally as Transflect pops Visor. Once again, maybe not the best ult rotation. You already committed your rally and got 3 at the start of that fight, but just to ensure that fight is won, I guess it's good to have that, as they will still have this over health, hopefully into this next fight.
Since the low guys are too far back, they will probably not gonna able to hold the door pretty strong. They are looking out for free.
So we do see Ox again falling very low. Vikos will get punished again, playing so far forward with the rest of the team not quite there. As Cello Guy falling very low. The Primal's popped, but the sleep on Optical Crash is so good. Swapping over on the Genji, by the way. So Fish is primaling, just knocking around Skyster and Cello Guy. The bomb comes out from Ox. Can't find anything. Not quite. But Vikos will find Fish, forcing Fish into that weird angle to avoid the bomb, as well as Optical Crash. Ox will find Bunny. So, Peashooters is making that happen there after an unfortunate start to that fight.
I just see Noopy's just hard committing every fight. I think they need to do some stuff engage to like bait out the cooldown, because like most teams comp is like very hard to like get confirmed kill because of the how Brick can sustain the team very effectively.
Yeah, big anti on a Fish, so Fish will fall. Bunny as well. Grizzly with a nice whip shot will find Vickoffs, but now Grizzly will fall to Ox, as Ox is doing so much in this backline as well. Guy making sure they're staying nice and healthy. We're definitely seeing why these two chose to duo together, both playing off each other's strengths very well.
Transflex are just gonna be free on the high ground for a long time. I just have no idea how are they gonna rotate through that.
Bionade is used by Guy very early there as the pounce onto Vickoffs does come through. Poi trying to peel for him, but he'll quickly fall to Optical Crash. The Pulse Bomb finds both Guy and Skyster. That's massive. The Blade as well by Optical Crash will find Transflex. So it looks like the Noopy are in a great position to cap here, especially if they stagger out Ox. The rest of the Peashooters are coming back. Ox should be healthy enough to contest if they can get there, but the rally's there by Skyster. The Nano and everything is popped. Transflex finds Bunny, Skyster finds Grizzly, Transflex will fall to Optical Crash. The fight's still happening on this point. Optical Crash falling so low, has to deflect, but will fall to Vickoffs. Fish, last one alive here on this point, will fall. Lore desperately trying to find anything as this Tracer, but Perth Peashooters holding on here as it's the final 15 seconds.
Yeah, both team committed every ult other than the tank ult, and I don't think Primal is good enough to...
And that stagger on Grizzly is massive. It's just Bunny now for heals as Ox will find Bunny. So now it's just the Sombra on point will quickly fall to Skyster, and it looks like the Noopy will be stopped here. They have the Primal, they commit it, but they are anti. It's 5 against 1. Fish needs to have some hero plays here, or a P9, but it looks like the Perth Peashooters halting that very early snowball from the Noopy.
Yeah, the Peashooter didn't really do a good job on the card management part, but they did manage to win a match. I mean, no. Oh, sorry. They stopped them before they kept the second point, so they didn't win a match.
Hey, cart progress doesn't... Well, you know what? Cart progress doesn't matter, as now you're on attack. You just need to get further than whatever they did, right? So,
yeah.
It's down to see if... sorry, I'm completely blanking on the name. If the Noopy is going to be able to hold just as well as the Peashooters did, or if they might crumble a little bit more into this D.Va now on that dive instead. As we see that 3-2-1 comp coming out from the Noopy, which has kind of been the bane of a lot of ranked games recently. What do you think about this comp?
I think this comp is really strong, especially on the first point defense. They'll probably, if they play properly, they'll probably set Sombras on the high ground and nearby the ball, and he'll probably hack the engage, and he'll punish whoever trying to be aggressive on the high ground. And probably we're gonna see a lot of Tracers trying to hold the card things, and so they won't be, it won't be that easy to push the card progress too. So. Let's see what happens.
Yes, we do see Optical Crash on that angle. Bonnie, though, immediately dies after Vickoffs deflects their Bionade. So that's definitely a great start here for the Peashooters. And now Ox diving in that backline will find Grizzly as well. Now both support players dead for the side of the Noopy. Vickoffs coming in to find more as Ox will get DMAC'd by Lore. So that's maybe one bright side here for the side of the Noopy after that starting fight. As now... Hawks desperately trying to build up this ult charge, get this mech back. But Fish will dive on him and find that pick. So maybe a little bit greedy of Ox to not just jump off the map there. But Bionade's used. Grizzly find Vickoffs as Laura and Optical Crash falling very low. Laura forced to recall, but the Perth Peashooters forced to back away without their tank.
Yeah, card did stop on the good spot. They did stop it before it passed the last corner. So even though they lost really fast, it isn't that terrible in condition right now. But they just started off with the DPS pick again. And
Fish anti very low, has to fall back as well. It's gonna be so hard to play on this point as now Optical Crash forces to translocate, being scouted out by Vickoff. Guy in a little bit of trouble, but Ox is there to peel. They find Fish, now Fish out of this fight. It looks like the Peashooters should be able to cap here as maybe the Sombra touches from Optical Crash Yeah, so Sombra is there as well as the Tracer, but Outcrash very quickly blowing up. Lord probably soon to follow as they will recall. The Bio Nade as well will come through, so Lord definitely out of this fight. As Blade is committed, they're picking out Bunny. They want Grizzly. They're trying to end this fight as fast as they can. They'll find Fish as well, so Perth Peashooters committing their Blade there just to make sure that they do get that point. But now they got 5 minutes, just very similar time bank to get further than the Noopy.
They just win 2-5 for free just because of the DPS got a pick.
Yeah, we will see. Opcrush is scouted out. We'll get the hack, but Transflight gets the pick on Aurora again.
DPS pick again.
But Transflight will pay for it with his life, but Ox is there. They might find Fish off of this if he's not careful. Opcrush as well, very low. Looking for those megas as Fish will take this high ground, taking the duel with Vikos, but Vikos staying healthy thanks to Cello Guy. But now the pounce on the Cello Guy. The Brig isn't there to protect them. The Primal's popped, as well as the anti, so Cello Guy will fall. Now Fish still looking for more. They're looking at Ox, but they might not be able to find that one just as easy. Skyster, meanwhile, was pushing the cart, and it will get stalled out under Space Shuttle here. As Vikos in that backline will get bioed in a little bit of trouble. The dive from the monkey doesn't get on top of the cart, so Vikos still alive, as well as Ox there to peel. They blow up Fish. What a play! The Peashooters now in such a good position, but Transflight does get bombed by Lords. It's an even fight. There are ults in for both teams here. As Ox now pushing forward, they find the Grizzly. The rally by Skycer just to make sure the team stays alive here. They have Nano still, but no one's pushing the cart. Push the cart. And Vikos gets blown up by Fish, and now you're down. You didn't get that cart progress. And now Cello Guy is in so much pressure by this Tracer, and the Sombra has to bionate himself, but now the Nano Fish is there to catch him. They're trying to find Skycer or Cello Guy, but in a little bit of trouble. Ox is there now peeling. They're trying to find this Winston. They're trying to find this Tracer, but won't find either. Both so slippery. Cart will start moving though. Optical Crash uses EMP. He goes for it. It's big. It finds 4. They find Cello Guy. They're looking for more. They'll find Skycer. Translight and Vikos are next to follow. If they're able to get it, the manual hack onto Ox to pressure him down a little bit. Optical Crash falling very low. As it looks like Translight will get staggered out in that basement.
Since Nano is too far, I kind of wanted them to like use EMP late to at least force the Peashooter to use some ult and do ult trading, but now Peashooters are coming up with the 4 ult.
Yeah, this is going to be a very big pulse bomb by Lore if they're able to nail it. It's kind of up to them to really stop this aggression by the Peashooters. If they're able to find either Skycer or Cello Guy, or both again, but a nice whip shot onto Ox, as now Ox fighting on this cart. Skycer gets, Nano Blade comes through, Ox is sleeping, Vikos finds Bunny, the Visor fight Transflight as well, as Cello Guy will fall to Grizzly through the rally, and this is kind of a mess in this small room. Ox finds Grizzly, but Vikos will fall. That's Nano Blade and Visor, the bomb by Ox. Won't find anything as well and won't get the remake. So that's all the ults gone by the Peashooters and they lose the fight.
What just happened? They committed every ult and lost the fight against just single volley and post bomb. Oh, I mean it was 2 ult, but like still.
But Big Ops does find Obstacle Rash at the start of this fight. Skycer falling though, that's really bad for the Peashooters, right? They do swap over onto this Kiriko, trying to have more aggressive healing probably. As now Fish in a lot of trouble, has to use that Primal. Doesn't really have anyone they can target yet. We'll find Translect here. Forces a teleport by Cello Guy to try to keep Translect alive, but Fish is able to stall for long enough as they find Vikos.
I'm not sure about the Kiriko swap. Maybe they were feeling too much pressure on that line, but now they don't have Anti and Sleep and Nano, which is kind of their win condition.
Yeah, so really only Rally, as Nano is and EMP are both very close for this. EMP coming up very soon for Optical Crash. We'll have it the Nano onto Fish as well. If they're able to win this fight here, they have very easy win conditions coming out as the Rally is forced by Skycer. The EMP is used as well. Skycer very low, is anti, but do they know? They do. Fish will pounce, get that finishing kill. They'll find Cello Guy as well. Fish will pay for it with his life. His Optical Crash falling very low, but it's just Vikos will fall. Transflight trying to find more, will get pulse bombed, and now we're into the last 20 seconds, but that was everything used by the side of the Noopy. The map's still not over. There should be a touch by the Perth Peashooters.
Whoa. I just can't expect what's gonna happen next fight, but it's overtime advantage. It doesn't look too good on the...
The hack comes around to Vikos. Vikos getting dove by Fish as well, forced to dash away already. Ox is on that payload, so we won't see a C9 hopefully, as now everyone's diving on Ox. Ox is in trouble, has the hack, he commits the bomb. Vikov's looking for more in the top, but it's sleep! He slept and hacked! Vikov will get bionated, but the students there to keep him alive! This fight is mayhem so far. Ox looking for more. Will they find anything? They find Laura! Optical crash! That's a DPS line now gone for the Noopy. It's just Fish trying to contest this cart. He's still alive. He's so close to that primal, but Ox diving in that background. They have the blade! Will they find it? Their sleep misses, but they get the bionate on Vikov. Vikov will fall! Now Rally is popped by Grizzly. They're trying to find out Poi. The visor comes through by Translate, but he's getting primaled away. They don't have the Suzo as well, and the Rally on Skyzer on the point is just better. Ox gets whip-shotted away. It's just him on the cart. Cello Guy trying to heal him as much as he can, but that primal on Translate will find him. Skyzer will fall. Ox will fall, and it looks like the Noopy will win this map, taking us to a 2-1 series.
Whoa, that blade was really greedy, but like, whoa, I just don't know what to say.
Hey, I'm so excited.
Nice.
Sorry.
Oh, Briquette. Oh. Yeah, I think Grizzly definitely recap Skyzer in my opinion. Sorry, Skyzer, but yeah.
the master has spoken. As we see a DC, I think maybe someone left the game. But we'll have information on that when we come back from this map break. Don't go anywhere as we head into map 4, potentially a final map. It will be Peashooters pick though. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. We do have control as our 4th map pick here between the Perth Peashooters and the Noopy. We will be heading to Ilios. My mind's still blown from the last couple of maps. Typhoon, what do you want to see here from these two teams? Do you think Peashooters are going to go back to that Zarya comp? Do we think we're still going to see full brawl by the side of the Noopy? What do you want to see here as we head into Lighthouse as that first important map?
The meta comp is technically Monkey Echo Tracer on this map with the Ana Brig, but looks like oh wait, they pick Mercy, so they'll probably I'm not sure. They might have Echo or they might have Sombra Tracer with the Brig. I don't know what they're gonna do. But with the Noopies and the Peashooter looks like they're sticking with what they run on the Givey. Let's
The
see what happens.
Peashooters have a lot of faith in this comp, despite just losing with it. No shade there, but we do see a very aggressive rush style from the Noopy, as we'll see that once again. Sombra 3-2-1 comp coming through.
It's even like a Lucio Kiri, so it's just like 5-man dive.
Yeah. So we do see early DM is used by Ox. The big dive onto Skyster on the high ground in a lot of trouble, but Ox is there in a big bio nade. Fish just gets blown up immediately. He's the one who gets one, as some may say, as now the fight continues. Lower firing very low. Vikos is hacked, but we'll stay live and healthy. Now dive onto point. They find Bunny, they find Grizzly, and very early point control here for the Perth Peashooters after a dive that maybe didn't go too well for Fish.
The problem with the 5-man dive is like they only choice for everyone is to just go in. So like if D.Va just counter dive and DM'd it, like they just lose. And also like this map Ana Brig on the high ground, it will be very hard to be contested by the Sombra Tracers. So I don't think it looks good on the Noopy side.
Yeah, we will
Sombra
see a
Tracers
big
is
bio
lucky.
nade onto Bunny and Grizzly. Ox taking advantage of trying. The Suzu misses Bunny. They will stay healthy though. Is now Opticrash in the backline trying to find anything, but Vikops will find Grizzly. Now the dive by the Winston will get anti. Now Fish is in trouble. Will fall again. Laura will find Skycer eventually, but is forced to go away. But both support line is now dead. Translate will find Laura on the back of it, but the point still in control of the Peashooters is now Optical Crash trying to get a little contention there. Will get dove by Ox, but has a translocator if they need it. Vikops, meanwhile, trying to fight, falling very low. They still don't have support, as now the Noopy will head to that point, try to contest, as they know Skycer and Shell Guy still trying to make their way back.
Somehow Lore just like killed both support on the high ground, which should be really hard if as long as like Brig is just protecting the cover.
Mm-hmm. And the dive comes through again by Fish, and once again getting blown up.
Ana and Skycer has to swap what they're doing. They are doing each other's job.
EMP comes through, Cello Guy will fall to it. Vikops has the blade, though, is nanoed. Will hold that blade. They do think the fight is already winnable as Octocrash Crash falling very low. Tracer's the only one on point. Octocrash will fall, as now we see Ox heading to the point, trying to contest a little bit. They'll find Laura. The Winston dive comes through onto Skycer. Skycer potentially finding this kill. We'll pop the rally. They'll end up blowing Fish. Octocrash swapping over to that Echo, as Grizzly's the last one alive, getting that last tick there, as Ox looking for Bunny forces the teleport from her at last second.
Yeah, they used the rally to confine the fight, and Optical Crush to swap to Echo to be more accessible on the high ground. He realized that Sombra is very hard to access high ground. But the Peashooters has a Nano Blade upcoming, and they have nothing to counter.
Ooh, Transflag's falling very low at the start of this fight. Fish is looking for the dive. They find Optical Crash. The whip shot away on Fish as well as a big bio. But now Bunny's there. They have the heals. The point as well being contested. The Primals pop. They're looking for the support line. Everyone's there. Vikops trying to peel for their team as Skycer will find Bunny. So now that Kiriko's out of the fight. And now the Tracer's fighting the D.Va alone on point. Transflag falling very low. Has the visor if they decide to use it. The Pulse Bomb comes through, finds Ox's mech, as well as the beat here from Grizzly to try to keep the Noopy healthy. Ox will get that remech though through that bomb usage. So Grizzly will fall. And it's just still the Tracer trying to contest the point as we're at 99. Echo's there, the gate is used. Skycer finds Laura, and Opticrash will fall instantly to Skycer. Bunny falling very low. Skycer now on a rampage. The visor's popped as well as the blade by Vikops. So it looks like this should be Noopy here. Skycer getting 4 in that fight.
Yeah, there is they did swap to Echo later, but like the first fight when Echo popped up, Echo was like there. He just got punished by the D.Va instantly, and also. There's a reason why even Overwatch League players are now not playing Sombra Tracer on this map, which is like Sombra Tracer is really hard to access on the high ground on the Ana Brig. I just think like the Peashooter just had like a big comp advantage in my opinion. This map is a little bit better to run Sombra Tracer, but looks like they're sticking on Echo.
Yeah, so they will decide to still have that Echo. They are swapping over to the Moira as well. Trying to hopefully stay alive maybe more. Nope, they do swap back to the Kiriko. So Vikops teased the potential hero pick, but we all know you're staying Genji. So
yeah.
We see the fight already starting above cages here. It's Opticrash getting some big boogers, but again, Skyster Cello Guy both there able to heal up the team. As the Fish anti-ed very early here in this fight. Ox taking a very aggressive push onto them in cages. As Translike falling very low to this Echo. As now Fish with the dive. They're trying to find this backline, but won't be able to find it as Lore slept up. Bunny falling very low as well. Lore first to fall. Bunny will fall soon after by Ox with a great counter dive. And now it's just Echo here left over for the Noopy as Ox doing so much on this D.Va character.
Yeah, so like Peashooters are basically just like staying back and just waiting for their dive and trying to look for the counter dive play, and they just executed really well. They're just rotating back to the high ground. They'll probably have same setup on the left side high ground, and they'll just wait for their dive again. Oh, actually, they swapped to Ramatra.
Yes.
I'm not sure how are they gonna walk up to the high ground.
I think they're just gonna give that high ground control and just opt to fight on the point because now it's gonna be up to the Peashooters to have to fight them on the home field advantages. Ox immediately blown up here. They got forced to dash out. Will fall to the Moira can't deflect that. Opt crash using that duplicate onto the Genji as it will quickly pop thanks to Translect, but they will find Cello Guy and yeah. So Noopy going back to this tried and true more brawl style, saying if you guys want to play high ground, well you're gonna have to come to us. The point's on low ground.
Yeah, they're just leaving their backline on the high ground and they're just winning fight on the point. Their comp has like a Ramatra and Echo, which is really good at the busting down D.Va, who can contest the card other than the Genji, and also Echo is really good at pressuring Genji too. So like yeah, the now Noopy is gonna have like some point advantage.
We do see Ox taking the fight here over on point. Vikav's trying to find optical crash here, but getting burned down a little bit. Ox needs to be careful. Sports can't really see him here. Is getting collapsed on by Fish. Will commit the bomb, but he might die here. Needs to be so careful. Bomb finds Lore as Ox will also fall. The nano visor comes through. They're not able to see anyone though, so now Translike walking so deep, trying to find a kill, but they won't find it. The Ramatra ult as well to make sure no one falls. The point will not flip as optical crash is there for the touch. Vikov's as well very low, so really well done by the side of the Noopy, just cutting out everything there, getting the important picks. Optical crash so low, but will stay alive. I think he was actually 10 HP there.
Yeah, Fish's pick on the baby D.Va was actually big. It was a fight win.
Yeah, so I think we might need to see some swaps here from the Peashooters, right? It's gonna be so hard to try to play this comp into this, but Translect with an early pick on optical crash, maybe they don't.
Well,
Lore falling very low. Bunny still has a coalescence as well as the beat. The pulse bomb is used, won't find anything. As now the coalescence comes out to clean up Translect and Skyster. As Antonate also forwards. This is the last fight potentially as Ox trying to touch point. They have Blade on Vikov's, but Vikov's very not healthy right now as both him and Ox are taking a lot of damage. Teleguy as well being pressured by this Ana so bad. The blade comes through, but he's booped away and he runs into the wall. He's blown by Bunny. The beat comes through as well. It's just Ox on point gets D-Mac. The rally comes through by Skyster, but it might be too little too late as big anti on a Fish, so maybe it's potentially winnable. But now Skyster will just get blown up. Optical crash with that laser beam. Translike finds Lore, but it looks like it should be cleaned up here for the Noopy as Teleguy falls. Translike will soon also fall as we'll head into the final map of Ruins here on Ilios.
every single hero that Noopies are playing does counter the D.Va and Genji, which is their carry character. And if they are getting countered like that hard, then they will probably still not they were probably not going to be able to carry. And also after they swapped to like a rush style comp, I think Brig was not getting like as much as value as they used to when they were playing on the first map.
Yeah, so we will see the swap in Jungle Queen. I think that's definitely a little bit better, right? It helps keep you alive for longer. You can actually take a fight on point. As well as Vikov starting on the Symmetra, probably just for a TP, as again, they much prefer the Genji character. As we will see them swapping right back. Ruins obviously probably definitely favors the Noopy here on their style of play. So I think it's gonna be up to the Peashooters to really make things happy. And as Grizzly going for a very aggressive boop early, Ox in a little bit of trouble. Big anti-nade on a Fish. So will get knifed up by Ox, could potentially get bursted down here, but staying nice and healthy, has both Bunny and Grizzly healing him up. Optical crash though, falling very low to Translate, but Cello Guy even more low. The sleep on Lore will ensure Cello Guy getting away, but now the rest of the team is getting so pressured. The Ana had to walk so far to get that mini, and now Lore once again pressuring, gets anti-naded, and all of the Peashooters turning around to try to help. But now the point should go in favor of the Noopy, as now Fish still just collapsing. Ox so low. Ox has to shout, but he's so low, still somehow alive, getting healed up by Cello Guy there. The Echo's still getting free fire on this high ground as Bunny now burning down this Genji. Pick off so low. Translate will fall first. Now once again, Fish walking forward. Ox will get that pick though. Laura also falling to Cello Guy. It's just optical crash now on this point. Bunny will find Vickoffs. And now Ox alone here. And has that shout still. Bionade will come through. Won't find anything. Optical crash so low, but Grizzly's still there. They're contesting this point for a very long time. Grizzly will fall. Optical crash will fall, but that's 25% that you're taking, as well as a few last picks. But Lore's there, still contesting 30% now, as the point maybe finally swapping over for the Peashooters, as Pulse is used by Lore, won't find anything.
I was very worried about Tracer contesting the Ana, and they are not turning, like nobody else turning back, but like Solo guys just managed to deal with the Tracer by himself, and he's just
Queen ult is big, finds both support tiers. Grizzly will fall, Bunny as well after the coalescence. Lore falling as well. Vickoffs and Ox doing so much here. Fish will get staggered out here as Optical Crash will find Transflect, but then forced to fall away after dying to Ox. So really big Junker Queen ult as Skyster having that beat as well to make sure that team stays alive, will survive through that coalescence. But we have Ramatra ult coming up, we have Duplicate coming up. This could be a very difficult fight, but again, Nanoblade. As Cello Guy finds the duplicate.
Cello guy just killed the optical crash. Now.
Well, here comes the Nano Blade. Actually, not Nano, just a Dry Blade. They pull out the beat, they pull out the Annihilation, opting to hold on to this Nano for the next fight. I actually like this quite a bit, right? You know they had Blade, you know they had Annihilation. They're okay with just losing this fight fast, right? Saving your Nano, saving your Visor. Maybe having that Nano Visor instead here into this next fight, trying to find Optical Crash or Bunny or Grizzly here, forcing out that beat and Annihilation.
Yeah, Optical Crash has to carry with his like copy. He will probably copy the Jungle King or Ana and hit the backline anti, but I personally prefer Jungle King in this matchup right now because he can rush with their team can rush with the south.
But here comes the Nano Visor. Will they be able to find anything? The Duplicate does come through. Transflect immediately blowing it up. Optical Crash will fall as well to Vickoffs. Fish feeling so much pressure as Bunny trying to heal Grizzly at the same time as a big anti-nano Lore. Perth Peashooters playing that exceptionally well. Using that Nano Visor will capture that point, forcing out that Duplicate, and now it's just Pulse Bomb for Lore here. As we're into the 70s for both teams here on point progress.
Now both teams are matching the comp with the Junker King Rush, but the difference is now the Noopies are on the Kiriko and the Peashooters are on Ana.
So which would you favor, Kiriko or Ana?
Usually with the Junker King comp, Kiriko is technically better, but looks like Cello Guy is just like really good at
the
like
Pulse
the
Bomb by Cello Guy. Now that's the main source of healing out for the Perth Peashooters, but they're gonna try to contest as long as they can anyway. Ox very close to this Rampage. Never mind, they opt to just give it as Vickoffs will find Grizzly though. So that's a very big pick, but Vickoffs will pay for it with his life as Fish will get that axe swing, as well as they find Transflex. And now Perth Peashooters trying to die or get out as fast as they can as Ox trying to find something, but everyone's getting Suzu'd. He's trying to find Lore, but Ox getting staggered very late here as we have looks like we're heading into last fight territory, potentially the last fight of the match.
90. Are they gonna be
able to touch?
Lucio's trying to touch, but
Lucio's
like it's like first touch. He's gonna get punished.
He gets booped, and that's it.
Oh no!
The Noopy
way.
will end up winning the series 3-1. Kind of a disastrous ending there for the Peashooters. They had so much coming up to be able to use in that last fight, but overall the Noopy just kind of had their number, played that brawl so well. We're able to shut down that Junker Queen and Diva and Genji playstyle that the Peashooters were wanting to run. So, any last thoughts before we have to select a match MVP?
Yeah, they are just like very good at like the keep going into their counters and then like just non-stop aggression and not letting the Peashooters to have time to stabilize. Peashooters comp really work based on the stabilize because they were keep running the off tank hero, but just Peashooters are not giving them any time to stabilize at all. They did a really good job with that.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, Typhoon, since it is your first time here, I'm gonna let you decide who you think should be match MVP today from the Noopy Who do you think had a really good showing overall? Who were you impressed with? Who do you think played above what you were kind of expecting them to do today in this match?
It will be. Is it gonna be a bias if I say Grizzly because he played really good Brig?
No, that's not biased at all. I'm perfectly fine with giving it to Grizzly.
I wanna give it to Grizzly.
All right, let's give it to him. We'll send him a message. We'll see if we can get him in here. It looks like they all immediately left instantly after getting their win. So
Yeah, and also I think in general, there's like a low time that like support peoples are getting MVP too. So I wanna really.
hello, is that Grizzly?
Hello.
Congratulations on your win and being selected as this match's match MVP. How are you feeling?
Good. Yeah,
Yeah.
Leo's game was fun. I'll just say that.
Well, it definitely looked fun, right? It was very close on all these maps, in fact, and you guys were doing so well. And Typhoon has a lot to say about your Brig. He is very impressed. So, Typhoon, if you have any questions for Grizzly now that he's here.
I just watched your profile. You don't really play Brig, but like you did everything right from what I see, and like you did really good. And I think you, sorry for Skyster, but I think you did get Skyster a little bit on Brig, in my opinion. And also like you kept like Widow getting dove like 3 times in a row, and it was crazy. And I'm very impressed to see that. Like how why are you so good at Brig?
Every time I was on teams, I was on main support, so I kind of had to learn Brig. And during the infamous Goats era, if Lucio got taken, I was stuck on the Brig.
Oh, I see. So you do have a lot of experience on Brig.
Yeah.
That's why.
He's hiding his experience. It's all in custom.
I didn't want to put too much playtime on the Brig. Can't make everybody look at Brig.
Well, again, is this I can't remember. Is this the Noopy's first official win or your guys' second now?
First.
Okay, so first official win, right? Granted,
Yeah.
I think you guys had a very tough week 1 and 2 matches. Of course, Peashooters definitely favored in the predictions. I don't know if you look at that very often or not. So, especially now beating what's considered to be a very difficult team. How are you feeling moving forward? Are you happy with your team? Are you happy with where you guys are at? Are you kind of liking the changes being made throughout your team? What's going on?
We still got stuff to iron out, obviously.
Mhm.
We're still, even though a lot of us have played together, we still have to iron out what new meta. But it's fun. We're getting used to it.
Well, I'm looking forward a lot to see what you guys have coming up here. I'm pretty much out of questions for now. I know it's kind of late, and you want to go celebrate with your team, of course, but we do have El Clasico. Typhoon, again, by the way, it is Typhoon's first cast, Grizzly, so if you do watch VODs, I think you'd be very impressed. I think Typhoon did a fantastic job, by the way.
I'll tune into him. Probably tune into him later tonight.
Let's go. But Typhoon, do you know El Clasico?
Not sure.
No, that's okay. I can ask it, and you'll ask it next time, Typhoon, if you can make me that promise. So, Grizzly, if you were not decided to be our match MVP today, who do you think on your team deserves it? Who would you choose, and why would you choose them?
I'd say Bunners or Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
She helped me stay alive. Fish. She helped everybody stay alive. Playing the BAP, the Kiriko, and even the Moira, especially in the last game on the Moira.
Yeah.
That's what I think was map MVP for me.
Yeah, and of course, you guys obviously again, you kind of like you all play together a lot, anyways. On top of that, so it's definitely nice to have that already built in kind of synergy and communication, everything like that. And everyone, make sure you thank your supports. Okay, don't be a hater. Thank your supports. All right. But with that, thank you everybody for being able to watch it. It was a really close series, despite only being 4 maps. I was very excited casting. I always love doing this. I always love being here. I hope everybody has a great night. I've been FlamboJambo here on the play-by-play, joined by the incredible Typhoon with their debut performance, absolutely nailing the color casting job, as well as Paninii on prod, doing a great job as always. So everybody, make sure you have a great night. Stay safe, stay healthy, drink some water, and we'll see you guys again very, very soon with our next matches coming up.